It's a turtle cast, and today is May 9th, 2022. 2022, that's right. And I'm going to do a quick one here today. I gotta say, if you're ever sandwiched in between a couple of motorcycles driving, you just gotta let them by, you know? It was just kind of funny because I was like in between a brigade. I don't know what you would call it, but we're good now. And I'm like racing to the library like a drunkard, just looking at the time saying, wow, the liquor store's about to close. So that's another reason why I'm kind of hurrying this up. But yeah, I mean, the other lesson is too, sometimes you just gotta let things pass by. You don't want to be stuck in the middle of somebody that's trying to catch up with the herd. So I don't know what's going with that. Another thing is you definitely, when you're building relationships with customers and clients, you want them for a long time. It can take a long time to build a relationship, and the last thing you want to do is basically whip it out on the first date. You don't want to go guns blasting and just start selling people as soon as you get them to like raise their hand and read your stuff and send you an email or whatever confirming that they want to hear more from you. However, you should always have a call to action, and it's good to blend the offer in with the story. And it's kind of like whisper mailing, I guess you would say. And tying into whisper mail or whisper mailing, not really tying to it but relating to it, is also it's kind of like a Dan Kennedy, Gary Halbert-ism, you could say, and that is like what's on the outside of an envelope, which is kind of like if you were gonna post something on Facebook to get somebody to want to know more, or click on whatever it is you got. Not really click on whatever it is you got, but just kind of like respond back to you. Now, if you were, let's say if you go back to Facebook for a second, you don't want to be all salesy and sales pitchy necessarily in your Facebook ad. And same thing when you're sending mail, right? That's why I had to correlate the two. If you were sending mail, might want to have some teaser copy, maybe. I don't know if you even really want that on the outside of an envelope. I'm actually I'm getting some stamps, postage stamps, from a family member who has a massive stamp collection, and I was just like, you know what? I mean, how much freaking stamps could that person? How much stamps could one need? You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, send me a variety of them, because this is where I'm getting at. You want to send an envelope, in the mail, use blue ink if you can, to sign the address. Return address, don't make it all business. Maybe no business. Just have the address or the P.O. box or whatever, and put an actual stamp on it. It doesn't have to be perfectly on there either. A little crooked or whatever. And the reason why I say this is because what I just said right there sets you up to be basically mailing like a birthday card or like a holiday card or something. want somebody to read your mail, that's kind of like the approach you want. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place here, but I'm just emphasizing to get somebody's curiosity. You know what I mean? You want to kind of have like a cliffhanger approach, but you don't want to be too obvious with it. You know what I mean? Like a nice open-ended ending is good when you're creating messages and stuff like that too. But the gist of all this is like you want the reader to want more. You want the reader to open it up. You want the reader to open up your email. You want the reader to open up, let's say if it's a Facebook ad, long form, written, you know, it says like read more, you click that. You know what I mean? You want them to click that at least, right? And if it's just like, hey, buy my stuff, you know, no, if you see something in the mail and it says, you know, save blah 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 %, you're something enclosed, but it's like basically telling you what it is. All these things, especially if it's commercial, is not going to get good readership. You're not going to get somebody to want to read your stuff. Basically, if you're just like sales pitch, offer, buy my offer. So that's why I kind of correlated it with a mail, and basically I just told you how to send something in the mail and get it open. And also, if you get people on, like not even really on your list yet, but like getting on your list, like you get them to message you saying, hey, I read about your so-and-so post, and I was wondering if I can get more information. Like right there, that kind of a client, that kind of a prospect, that kind of subscriber, that kind of a reader is good, because they're already kind of jumping through a hoop to get to you a little bit, and that's something you really want to pay attention to. And so again, you don't want to burn the relationship by just going into a sale. So that's really all I have for today. I'm hoping I have a few minutes left. I hope I can make it to the library, drop a couple magazines off that I rented or borrowed or whatever you want to say. And I got Think and Grow Rich and a Dale Carnegie book waiting for me. And once I get that Think and Grow Rich book, stay tuned, because I've been thinking about this for a little while now, and I think I want to do like a little correlation, a curation, maybe read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and do a little commentary. You know, just reading it would be kind of like boring. I'm sure a lot of people do it, but I have a lot of things to say about the book, I guess you can say, or Napoleon Hill's philosophy in general, without even really reading any of his stuff. I know that sounds weird, but I've heard this by people that have, or by somebody that is close to me who's read and has learned about some of the philosophies by Napoleon Hill and stuff. And some of my mentors, gurus, heroes, they all kind of I don't know how to say it, but not transcend, but they kind of some of his core laws and principles and values have been passed down to other heroes and gurus, and are basically like general principles to start businesses and wealth attraction. So anyways, I kind of wanted to put my turtley spin in 2022 on it. So like I said, hopefully I get this book, because I'm very excited to bring you this piece of content. And I don't know, maybe I'll put it on YouTube, I'll put it on the site. So You should be able to find a link to something somewhere if you go to turtle-cast.com. Again, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a great night, a great week, and be well.